Mm. Hey, good morning. This video may be a little lengthy, but that's okay. If you got the time, I encourage you to stick around and listen to what the Lord has to say through me this morning. The last couple of days, we've been talking about the dangers of having the wrong type of person in your life. This morning, I want to look at the benefits of having the right type of people in your life. Hebrews chapter 10, beginning in verse 24 says this, "And let us watch out for one another to provoke love and good works, not neglecting to gather together as some are in the habit of doing, but encourage each other, all the more as you see the day approaching." Again, wrong type of person will tell you what you want to hear. The right type of person, I'm speaking of the Jesus-fearing, God-led person, will always tell you what you need to hear. I remember a few years ago, we had a gentleman that was a part of our church family. Great guy. He served on our building and grounds ministry. He did all sorts of things for the church and in the community for our people. Great guy. He started dating this young lady. Before you knew it, she was pregnant. And some would say, well, that's a great thing. Yes, great as far as we have this life that has been created. But the way they went about it was not a part of God's plan, because the Bible is very clear that sexual relations is reserved for a man and a woman within the bounds of marriage. So we didn't kick him out of the church or blackball him or anything like that. I simply pulled him to the side, talked with them both, and I said, hey, the way we went about this pregnancy was honorable in the sight of God. And he said no. I said, all right. So what do we need to do? How can I help you get things right? Not too many places will do that. But again, if I'm to be a man of God's word, I was there to provoke love and good works. And so from that young lady came to know Christ. From that, eventually, they did get married. I'm not saying that's what everyone should do, but in their situation, that's what happened. They got married. They had a beautiful baby boy, and they're still a family to this day. Doesn't always happen that way, but I'm thankful at that moment that they saw the love of Christ, that they saw somebody and a church family that cared for them to point them in the right direction. You see, that's the benefit of having the right people, godly people, people that have experienced the love of Christ firsthand, that can share it with others. Will always tell you what you need to hear. Not because we're being judgmental, as the world would say, but because we love you enough to say, hey, this way you're going is not so good. There's a better way if you'll only allow us to show you, if you allow God's love to reign supreme in this situation. And look, this last part, like I said, a little lengthy, but bear with me. We use this to say, hey, you need to be a part of a church family, which is true. You need to be around God's people, surrounded by people that will always encourage you when things are good. They'll also encourage you to get right when things aren't going so well for you. That's the beauty about it. I know some watching this may say, well, I've been hurt by a church family. I get that. I've been hurt plenty of times over the years. But it doesn't mean we just abandon what God has established. There are some good places out there. Allow him to lead you to the right place, the right people, and you get to see these verses come alive in your life. Hey, love y'all. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you soon.